From Sugar House in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this is Poker Night in America. Hello and welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm Chris Hansen, and to my left, your right, is Joe Stapleton.
Thanks, Chris, and hello, my babies. We're at one of our favorite card rooms in the country, Sugar House in Philadelphia, home of Michael B. Jordan in that movie, Black Panther.
You mean Creed?
Oh, I love Scott Stapp.
What's gotten into you today?
What hasn't gotten into me? I'm on a real bender. Let's take a look at our stack table, including 3 members of the Two-Syllable Club, Joe Kim, Shaun Deeb, and Doug Polk.
We've also got Jeremy Kaufman, that dude is rich, Mike Sigel, that dude is hilarious, Phil Hellmuth and Olivier Busquet, not a lot to say about them.
One of our best tables yet. Let's play some flipping cards.
And if you think that Shaun Deeb outing all these players helps him, and you really believe that, I conceded it to him. Do you know what sponsor? You think PokerStars is going to call him? He's been throwing mud at the whole poker world.
Shaun really wants to work with PokerStars. He told
They've been doing great lately.
Said,
Their tournaments,
man, it's
big
like
turnouts.
they don't even notice
Is that your
me.
response, really? You want to attack PokerStars? Go ahead, but I'm saying if
PokerStars
a new
was great.
site comes along,
I'm just joking.
I'd just like to reach out to PokerStars and tell them that the views of the players at the table do not necessarily reflect the views of the commentators, specifically me. Thank you.
I also don't agree that it really hurts the poker world that much, because I think that is already built into the general perception of the poker world. I don't
is
think
a
people are
big
shocked
raise.
that the poker community.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to
what
play
I'm saying
poker
is I think
today.
you're
Not
overestimating
just about
how much it
clickbait
hurts
and
it.
talking trash.
You said it was horrible, and I just don't
think it is
that,
horrible.
Okay, and I'm saying that I don't know how bad it is, but I don't think it's as bad as you're portraying it. That's what I'm saying.
But this is a good
Flop is 3-9-5
getting to say
between Kaufman and Polk.
What a terrible flop for Kaufman.
Money that couldn't pay to keep games together in the long run.
1,000 into a pot of 1,400.
in my life, I don't know of any poker players that have charged juice, but maybe you can find some.
Noah Boken charges juice. He owns a smoothie shop in Amsterdam. Sorry, charges 4 juice.
That's charging 4.
And I'm like, yeah, that's one that I'm not going to be able to emulate.
All right, Doug Polk makes the call.
So for Kaufman's sake, I hope he gives up at this point.
How much of that debt did you end
7
up
on the
busting
turn.
that person anyway? How much
Kaufman's first act.
And then you crit it, and then
Checks, maybe waving the white flag.
There's debts that I've loaned the money in the game. There's money that people have just stolen from me. All the people I shamed on the podcast stole from me. 1, 2, 3.
Nice
So
big
those 3
chunky
people
bet from Doug Polk.
consider-
Easy for Kaufman to convince himself Doug's trying to bluff him off top pair, top kicker.
okay, we're getting somewhere.
As always, Phil, you know.
By the way, do I owe you 10,000? Speaking of money,
Yes, you do.
Well,
But
the
it might
call
be
is
50, I
made,
still
and
have
we're
it.
now over $8,000 in the pot as we get started here at
I
Sugar
just know you
House
wanted more, and I was pretty sure
and the
you
river.
wanted more, but
I can't
Deuce.
jack 5.
Sadly, both
I
players
knew that.
probably
That was
think,
it.
yeah, I am golden right now.
I mean, Doug Polk is just,
Yeah, but I
how
don't
pure
like
does this guy
I
run?
thought, trust me, in the middle of the conversation, I was like, well, you know, speaking of people who owe me, I was like, but you would take that dig too well, and other people would actually think I'm being serious.
exactly.
Doug is serious every time he's in a hand.
I'm no.
4,100.
Fall.
Absolute
Ace-9.
slam
You got a big hand?
dunk value bet here for Doug.
Damn. I was like, anything under 5,000 is over.
Man, must be nice.
Didn't even think.
Just don't mess with Doug.
All right, so blinds are 25 and 50, and we do have the $100 straddle in play here in Philadelphia.
Kaufman taking advantage of that $100 straddle, throwing bad money after bad.
Ace Queens, our first look at Joe Kim, coming in for 300.
The one video that you made.
And look at this, Mike Sigel, playable hand, decides to go with Queen Jack suited.
He is dominated, however.
I know not re-raise. You know, I know you know what I'm talking about. I thought there was like, I don't know about that particular spot, but there are spots where you're just like, this guy's just not raising.
Kaufman
without
in with the
a
8-6.
single hand. Where like your confidence about that truth is incredible.
And the flop is 10 Ace 9. Open-ended for Sigel, top pair for Kim.
That
Top pair, very good kicker.
line of logic can sometimes be very good.
Check, check, check. Turn is a 9 of hearts.
Offsets it by so much.
So Sigel doesn't improve, but he's now got an up and down straight flush draw.
Sigel, much like me on the couch on NFL Sundays, not going anywhere.
Not even for a pizza.
No, they'll bring that to
Yes,
you.
but that's what the situation
500, of course. Here comes a raise.
Yep, you just picked up a bunch of outs. A raise makes sense.
Thought process is just absent.
Of course, Joe has the type of hand that cannot fold in this spot.
You raise, I call.
I think Joe can call here and reevaluate on the river.
That's your next bet anyway, right?
That's my next bet anyway. So if you raise, I call.
The problem is she could be drawing dead or nearly dead if Mike's got a boat or a 9.
I actually don't hate the way you played that hand at all.
Wow, Sigel, that's strong, huh?
How about
heart?
your weenie bet,
No heart.
right? But the weenie bet you only do in position, right? What's the weenie
All right, let's
bet?
gamble.
You probably don't call it the weenie bet, but like.
All right, Joe Kim is not Joe Kim. She is here to gamble. She's got the best of it for now.
All right, here comes the river. It's a deuce. And that was the right move by Joe Kim.
It's one way to get all the money. I guess if she just calls and then reevaluates river, she probably doesn't get paid as much. So well done.
It's time for a quick commercial break, perhaps brought to you by a medication designed to treat too many out syndrome. I'm looking at you, Mike Sigel.
Download our new Poker Night in America app for free so you and your friends can have your very own poker night. Also available on Facebook Instant Games. Welcome back to Sugar House in Philadelphia.
Trust the process.
Do you even know what that means?
Oh, look, a double straddle. Let's get back to the action.
Doug Polk putting in $200 blind. He'll get to act last before the flop.
Hey, watch your hand, Sigel.
Joe Kim calls the blind $200 straddle. Shaun Deeb making it $800. Welcome to the game, Shaun.
Not cool.
$2,400?
There's a certain level of respect.
Oh, Phil, what are you doing?
Guys.
Oh boy. All the wrong moves in all the right places here.
Philip Horatio Hellmuth.
Did I?
His instincts
all the way over
sometimes
there?
are just.
I want to ask Greg's advice here. No. Greg, come, you can come in. Come in. Are those good cards?
Shaun Deeb showing his cards to people. Oh man.
You can have me beat, Phil. It's possible. I also do this card.
Oh, wait. What?
Oh
They
my.
can tell me snap call, so we're safe.
All right, I was bluffing.
You were bluff? You tried to bluff me?
Yeah.
What is happening?
What do you have? 2 9s? Is that your bluff?
What?
No, I was on a stone cold bluff.
So Phil's called the all in with King 4 off.
Oh, that's really bad for me.
Oh!
It doesn't get any worse than that.
Wait, he could have folded that hand.
That's a look you don't see too often on Phil Hellmuth's face. And there's nothing he can say.
Phil Hellmuth.
Record scratch. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
I hope we chop, you know.
We watched it and we're all still
But
wondering.
I'm so glad he went for a cigarette break. I wouldn't have got 2 king. Well, I mean, 50-50, I would have got that king that Phil got, you know.
I had a 4.
All right, here comes the flop.
Clubs? Oh, I have
3
clubs too.
ace 9.
2-5.
Didn't this happen in Poker Night
2-5.
America? I had aces
Yeah.
and the other guy had ace 10 the other day. And
No
we got
exciting.
Ooh, 9s and 3s with an ace. Chop it up. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was honestly amazing.
Was it really? Was it really 100
oh my
short?
God.
Oh, that was a fun hand.
Double straddle back
You
on.
want to put out your 50? See, the way this game works is
He's
a
just waiting to
small
be able to
blind
raise.
and a
Pocket
big
8s for
blind.
Kim.
Well, it's called the first blind, the
I had to
second
give the
blind.
dealer 100.
It's really not the
He got
small and
beat
big
for
blind.
5K and a pot.
First blind and
Yeah,
second
because now
blind.
we're just
They
playing
beat
4
him.
blinds.
Yeah.
Classic 4 blinds.
7-handed poker, what I was raised on, you know.
Kim's in an interesting spot because she knows that when that double straddle is on, when she limps in, odds are the players on her left, someone's going to jack it up. So she can very easily disguise her big hands here tonight.
Only
Hellmuth
here.
with one of those big hands, ace queen
I'm driving a Bugatti.
in the small
What are you
blind.
drinking?
Yeah, getting shots of McCall.
Polk makes it 1,050 with kings.
Liv?
No, I'm good.
Phil?
Wow.
Phil wants it. He said he wants to be 18.
He's on the fence right now. So
Ambivalent?
one on the
I'm
rocks,
right in the
one
middle
deep.
of something, an
That's okay.
experiment. I'm
Play
right in
your-
the middle of an
alright.
experiment here, all in.
And Joe limp folds the pocket 8s, and turns out that's the right move. She's really up against a bunch of hands that kind of have her crushed. Is Hellmuth gonna get got again? He just reloaded.
48. It's 48.
48-75.
So Polk just calls, and that induces Kaufman to call.
Whoopsie.
So just a couple bucks shy of 15K pre-flop, and Phil Hellmuth is all in for the second time already. We're only in the second segment of the show on Poker Night in America.
What a charmed life Doug Polk has. Who cares if you have big, undefined arms?
I'll take the 1,000.
If your hands are even bigger and better defined.
I mean, like,
Huh?
right, shouldn't I have, like, some
All right, here
odds
comes
there?
the flop. Ace, Jack, King, come on.
I mean, even when the ace hits, he still makes a set.
A check from Polk and Kaufman. We go to the turn. It's a 6 of spades. Kaufman still with the gut shot. Doesn't pick up any more help on the turn.
And Doug's like, oh, what do I guess? I bet this much. 6,000. No shame in folding here, Jeremy.
I'm all in.
What the fudge? Doug calls.
Well, I've got 3 outs now.
Oh, God.
And I'm stuck 5,000. You saw what's going on here.
Hold!
It's out of a movie. What's going on.
Hold! Hold!
Queen! Ah!
The amount of money that has swung around in these first couple of hands is ridiculous.
That's going on poker hands.
I told you guys to play an interesting one.
Not a bad way to start for Doug Polk. He is absolutely wailing on this table.
Just scooped a pot worth over $50,000.
Ace-9 suited for Shaun Deeb. Raised to 400.
Phil's back in again. This is his third buy-in of the night. Hey, he's got aces.
Sorry, what exactly is going on? Oh, it's right. Oh, I see. Okay.
It's called No Limit Texas Hold'em.
Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense. It's coming together.
And flop is 6-5 queen.
I mean, the good news for Phil is that the guy who seems least interested in keeping his money is the only person that caught a piece of this. Maybe Phil can start climbing out of his hole this hand. It's Shaun Deeb who leads at this.
Call from Hellmuth.
Second pair for Kaufman. After this goes bet, call second pair is almost never going to be any good. Not really sure Kaufman cares about that. I think as long as he can still improve. Oh, look at that. He folds.
Where was that move the last hand or two ago?
That's just how bad Phil runs.
A 9 of diamonds.
Okay, so Shaun's caught a piece now. A lot of players will check now that they've picked up showdown value. Shaun Deeb is not a lot of players.
Turn to a set of 9s.
Phil calls all in, not a set of 9s. Shaun drawing thinner than someone who's not Shaun, misses the river.
Well, there's almost one of those buy-ins back for Hellmuth.
Phil's on the board.
All you had to do is pick up aces.
You broke your cherry, Phil.
If you're watching where we're watching, then I don't think we need to say anything to make sure you stick around because this is pretty fun.
But just in case, stick around. Welcome back to what has been a very, very wild and volatile table.
That's how we like to do things around these parts, giving the people what they want. How about some more?
Action on Mike Sigel.
Ooh, easy on the cards, Mikey. They're like $5 a piece. That's per card.
Deeb raises to 200 with a suited king. Hellmuth folds now to Doug Polk.
Damn, Doug is picking up more big pairs than the International Association of Overeating Twins.
With queens making it 650. Kaufman thinking about a tattoo that says Huckleberry.
At least he's got a pair.
In this situation, I'd have rather had some of that other garbage
Tried
he
to
was
lure
playing.
you in on that flop.
Yeah, 7's not faring well against queens.
Flop is 8, 9, 4, couple of clubs.
I mean, Doug has got to be loving this overpair. Like, not only does he play well and run well, but he hasn't even had to make a difficult decision today.
1,050 is Polk's bet. Kaufman doesn't believe him, so he calls, so we'll see a turn.
Or maybe he does believe him. I have no idea what's going on in this guy's head.
Turns another 9. Kaufman's first act. Check from Kaufman.
Doug Polk, what a cutie though, huh? Good for the game to have these strapping doughboys on YouTube, huh?
1650 the bet from Polk this time. And a call from Kaufman. Apparently, this guy has a money printing press underneath the table that we have in that scene. Well, 6 of clubs comes on the river, and if Polk was putting him on some sort of flush draw, he got there, but I don't think Doug is worrying about anything at this moment.
Looks like Kaufman wants to bet this. If he jams, does Doug maybe fold an overpair? Flush came in, straights came in. He's also losing to a 9.
Well, now Doug has a little bit to be worried about. The bet definitely changes the dynamic.
Well, I take it back that Doug hasn't had any tough decisions today. By the way, are we sure Kaufman doesn't think he has a straight? It looks like a straight.
Big bet.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9 looks like a straight. I thought he had a straight for a second.
You have a club.
Wow.
There it is.
Forget about it. I'm out of here.
Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah.
Nice hand, Doug.
And just another 20K pot getting shipped to Doug Polk.
So many monies. Well, we know who's buying cheesesteaks at the end of the night. There's no doubt about that.
That was crazy running into you at the Cubs game.
The man, he's
It was like crowds of people, and like I just
He's
ran
so
into you.
tall, though, and he always
That's
wears
true.
his Philhelmut that.
We took a picture, and I was up on a sidewalk, and he was next to me, and so we were the same height. And people have been like, multiple people were like, "Dude, I didn't know how tall you were. You're the same height as Phil Hellmuth." I was like, "Oh no, there was a sidewalk there." Like, but you know, I got that going for me now.
That was a hell of a game.
That was a great game. That was good. That was a cool place to be, right?
Oh, I don't. I know a couple guys that did it, and they didn't make. They were on a.
It was funny.
Barry,
My girlfriend got a
Barry,
pretzel in that
guys
game,
from New York,
and she had like a pretzel and a
Joe
cup of
Malcolm made
cheese,
this once.
and they took like a picture of like the fans like right when it happened, and she like had a pretzel and like a cup of cheese like on the front page of ESPN, and she's like, "This is like the most embarrassing thing ever." She's just sitting there with like a cup of cheese.
Are you one of my
ESPN.
He's all about health.
Are you one of my friends?
That's gonna be Doug's new nickname. Cup of cheese and a pretzel.
Friends with people with Copfield.
Yeah, I knew you were there because I was on Twitter and you.
Well, Shaun Deeb raised to 200, got a call from Busquet.
Section or whatever.
Kaufman
You were gonna
calls.
do it that time.
Yeah, pretty sick angle.
Yeah, I was like the right down the row.
Kim will sit it out.
Just want to scare you.
So just a paltry $650 to the flop. It's barely worth it to even show it.
Is Jeremy Kaufman finally gonna win a pot? Are the cameras on? Are we getting this?
All right, $650 pot is now made up to $1,000 with a $350 bet from Deeb. Busquet with overcards calls.
Okay.
You gotta just call here. Your hand's way too strong to raise. You're not worried about anything. Good, good.
I believe you again. The third time you go for the bluff, it better go out there.
All right, well, now we jumped up to $1,700 as we go to the turn. So open end to draw now for Shaun Deeb.
Great card for Kaufman.
My guy didn't know.
Deeb is not likely to slow down. I've been ragging on Kaufman a little bit, but he does seem like a pretty cool guy. Lose the glasses, though.
It's time, baby.
$1,000 is the bet from
I've waited
Deeb.
long enough. It's time.
And here comes a raise.
Plus 200, because that wasn't enough. That's enough.
$2,200 the bet.
I'll let it stand, but that was questionable.
Very close, right?
Was that questionable? Maybe
That plus two, because like.
I never heard that before.
32 is
This
fine.
plus.
It made sense what he was saying. Plus, also, like, you guys ever aren't gonna let the guy donating tens of thousands of dollars not do what he wants.
That.
But the blacks
But,
would be back.
Imagine if I was like, all right,
Putting out
plus
2,000,
plus 50.
3,000.
That's when I'm gonna stack you.
I'm rooting for you, man.
Is that a raise?
Not yet.
We're good. This is amazing.
Don't confuse the dealer.
You call it, you call it, you call it.
Yeah, she's deer in headlights right now.
All right, all right. All right, we've got some money in there.
Kaufman doesn't know it, but he really wants a jack or a six to hit the river.
Yeah, doesn't get
I'm not
it.
gonna look at it.
So the ace of diamonds comes on the river.
I'm going to be a huge Phil.
Well, if
even
you
more
were
than
him,
before Phil
you would
Hellmuth
have just
has.
hit your runner
Bad.
flush. But if you were me, you might have 7 deuce.
I don't think so.
7 deuce. Let me check, see if I've got 7 deuce. It's not 7 deuce. It's not 7 deuce. Doug tells me I have to bet. In this situation, I have to bet.
Kaufman's talking so much now. He was not talking at all when he didn't have the near nuts.
Wait a second, is that what the kids call a tell?
It is exactly what the kids call a tell.
5,200.
Plus 150.
So Shaun didn't get there, but even if he had, with all this talking, he might fold anyway.
Shaun's folding.
Jeremy, you are a character, dude.
All right.
Thank
Straight
you.
up.
Sean's folding.
You are a character.
Nice hand.
Show a
I had
10.
aces and eights.
Show a 10.
I mean, that's none of your listed.
Could be jack eight.
I guess this Bill is taking some guesses at this hand and missed all of them. Oh man, what a ridiculous table. I wonder how much everyone is up and down.
Well, Joe, we typically address that in segment 4 that comes right after this brief commercial break.
Okay. I guess I'll stick around then. I guess.
Download our new Poker Night in America app for free so you and your friends can have your very own poker night. Also available on Facebook Instant Games. Welcome back to Poker Night in America and one of the silliest tables we have had in recent memory. $115,000 changed hands in what felt like the blink of an eye. Let's see where it all went.
Oh, Doug has it all. Cool. Great. Doug Polk up $57,000. Most of which was compliments of his new best friend, Jeremy Kaufman, who is down almost 40 grand. Good Lord, that is not easy to do in a 25-50 game.
And good news, guys, there is plenty more where this table came from next time when Kane Callis takes Mike Siegel's seat.
I fold.
There will be fireworks, there will be blood.
Give me the blood, Eli. Good night, everyone.
For Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Hansen, and for everyone here at Poker Night in America, thanks for watching.
I said good night. Hey, you know, you watching this video, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm trapped in here, inside the computer. So do me a favor, watch another one of our videos, but then after that, get me out of here. Also then hit like and subscribe, please.